tonight with the latest developments in the coronavirus outbreak. Breaking right now at 6, the number of confirmed coronavirus cases in Iowa has gone up to 16. And one of the two new patients is from Carroll County. The other is from Johnson County. Both new cases are tied to an Egyptian cruise that also sickened 13 other people. Concerts and events are also starting to be postponed. Cher's April 16th concert at Wells Fargo Arena is the latest to do so because of the coronavirus. And breaking tonight, Des Moines schools today announced that it will shut down for 2 weeks starting Friday. KCCI's Max Dieknight is at the Des Moines School District offices where the superintendent laid out the reasons for an extended March break.
Yeah, and Stacy, Superintendent Tom Ahart says by only canceling 2 days of school, it now gives the district 2 weeks to do what they call a deep clean of every building within the DMPS school district. Now, spring break starts on Monday. Class was supposed to resume the following Thursday and Friday. That would be March 26th and 27th, but that will not happen. Instead, there will be a 2-week break with those 2 days of classes being canceled. Despite the fact it's only 2 days, Ahart says that he does know this can cause some major issues for families within the district. The district, though, does have a plan in place in terms of providing meals for those 2 canceled days.
We will be providing meals to all of our students on the Thursday and Friday that normally would have been school days. Those will be distributed in a grab-and-go fashion, basically a sack lunch, at our 10 middle school sites around the city.
And the district is also encouraging families to stay away from big crowds and also practice good hygiene over the course of the next 2 weeks and beyond. Coming up tonight on KCCI 8 News at 9 and 10 o'clock, we'll share with you some of the logic, more details behind this decision to cancel classes until March 30th. We also have an interview set up with a Des Moines Public Schools parent, so we'll share their outlook on this announcement. Live in Des Moines, Max Dieknight, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.
And we checked in with other school districts in the metro. We heard from Waukee, Ankeny, and Urbandale. They say they are evaluating the situation to see if they will follow Des Moines' decision. West Des Moines schools are asking those who may travel to high-risk areas over spring break to notify the district before returning to class. Also breaking tonight, the Big Ten, the Big 12, and the NCAA tournaments canceled. KCCI Sports Director Scott Reister joins us with the end of college basketball this season.
Stacey, it was once unthinkable and now it is real. In an unprecedented move, the NCAA pulled the plug on its iconic event. Mark Emmert says the decision is based on the evolving COVID-19 public health threat, our ability to ensure the events do not contribute to spread of the pandemic, and the impracticality of hosting such events at any time during this academic year, given ongoing decisions by other entities. Now, hours before the NCAA announced the end of March Madness, the Big Ten and Big 12 announced they were canceling their men's and women's basketball tournaments. Just minutes before, they were scheduled to tip off for day 2 play. KCCI's Elgin Rucker is live in Indianapolis with the Hawkeyes, who never even got to show their stuff this postseason.
Yeah, Scott, it's been quite the day, just a seismic shift across all the sports, really, but here specifically in Indianapolis for the Big Ten men's tournament, it's like you can feel the disappointment in the air out here, and ironically, it's starting to come down a little bit with some rain here downtown. It was just as gloomy earlier today without the rain when the fans were here taking pictures to document this unparalleled moment in sports, but no one seemed angry or upset. Everyone was understanding of what's going on and why, but still not being able to experience any of what this tournament or the NCAA tournament has to offer is a hard pill to swallow, especially for the players and their family members who were initially going to be allowed inside the arena.
We're big Hawkeye fans, and to support the team, we thought it was very important. I know all the parents were coming in for the big game, and it seems surreal. It does hurt, especially for the seniors on the team.
And coming up later in sports, we'll hear from 2 of Iowa's seniors and hear their reaction to learning that their season could and ultimately would be over. Reporting live in Indianapolis, Elgin Rucker, KCCI, Iowa sports leader.
But it's not just the NCAA canceling games. The National Basketball Association, the National Hockey League, and Major League Baseball all announced they are suspending or postponing their seasons due to the coronavirus. As KCCI's Bo Bowman shows us, that's trickling down to the minor league teams in Des Moines.
Those minor league teams here in Des Moines are falling in line with their parent leagues following these cancellations. In a short statement today, the Iowa Cubs said they will follow the lead of the MLB, Minor League Baseball, and the CDC. The Iowa Wolves president Ryan Grant posted a statement to the basketball team's website voicing his support for the NBA's suspended gameplay. The Iowa Wild says they are suspending games because their top priority is protecting fans and providing them with in a safe environment. The Des Moines Buccaneers posted to their Twitter account this afternoon they will be redeeming single-game tickets at the box office to use at a future Buccaneers game.
It's hard to forecast. You know, all the reports are we really don't know, how bad it's going to get, other than it's probably going to get worse before it gets better.
And now you can see on this board at Principal Park that their tickets are on sale now, but we don't know when those tickets are going to be good for. And today, the Des Moines Arena football team, the Iowa Barnstormers, announced their season, which was supposed to start this weekend, will also be suspended. Live in Des Moines, Bo Bowman, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.
The Iowa High School Athletic Association says the boys state basketball tournament at Wells Fargo Arena is going on as scheduled. But starting tomorrow, only team members, game officials, credentialed media members, essential tournament workers, Iowa Event Center staff, and select school spectators will be allowed inside the arena for the games. Spectators who purchase tickets in advance of tomorrow's games can get refunds. The Iowa Department of Public Health has not recommended that large events like this tournament be ended. So why are so many events and large gatherings being canceled? Well, the Centers for Disease Control developed this chart with two curves to explain why. Take a look at this. One shows a sudden spike in cases. The second, flatter curve is the same number of cases, but it's over a longer period of time. And that's the goal here, to slow the spread to allow our health system to function better.
So if we're being overwhelmed with an infectious disease outbreak, sometimes we can't take care of patients as they really need to, for our healthcare is overwhelmed by just the sheer number of people presenting to us. And so flattening that curve is vital to slow that spread throughout our system.
Dr. Brock says canceling events will hopefully flatten that curve and ultimately save lives. Now, some businesses and churches are doing what they can to flatten that curve. Nationwide Insurance says it hopes to have half its employees working from home by April 3rd. Come and Go has stopped all non-essential travel. John Deere says it has stopped all international travel. The Des Moines Catholic Diocese says it is limiting person-to-person contact during its services. The First Unitarian Church of Des Moines says it is suspending all in-person Sunday services. And Lutheran Church of Hope is encouraging those who are sick to stay home and view services online through their website. And restaurants in central Iowa are also working to keep customers and staff safe. KCCI's Marcus McIntosh explains what's being done and the recommendations from the state.
Stacy, we went to Jethro's and found out that, cleanliness is a top priority. But with fears of the coronavirus, efforts to keep the restaurants clean have increased greatly.
First thing I do in the morning.
At all Jethro's restaurants, stepped-up cleaning is now on the menu. Cleaning that starts at the door and continues once you get inside, with constant disinfecting of tables, gloved workers handling food, and a dishwasher that heats the water to a scalding 180 degrees.
We've always prided ourselves at Jethro's in having, if not the cleanest, some of the cleanest restaurants that you'll find anywhere in our state.
Jethro's is not alone. We spoke with other restaurants over the phone who tell us a clean and germ-free establishment has always been front and center. Those same establishments will continue what they do on a daily basis, but intensify those efforts by cleaning more often. We spoke with the president and CEO of the Iowa Restaurant Association, who tells us they are the only industry at a retail level that is absolutely required to have a certified food protection manager.
365 days of the year, we are looking at ways to keep customers safe. And so customer safety and sanitation is something we preach, teach, and do every single day in our industry.
Dunker, president of the Iowa Restaurant Association, adds that she understands people being cautious when it comes to eating outside your home, but she does not want people to panic. She says restaurants across the state are taking every step possible to keep their restaurants safe for customers. Live in Des Moines, Marcus McIntosh, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.
Now, one state senator is calling for the state capitol to shut down in light of the coronavirus. But as KCCI's chief political reporter Cynthia Fodor shows us, it is still business as usual.
You will find fewer people, if anyone, greeting each other the proper way at the State House this week. Handshakes may soon be a thing of the past.
Good to see you. What's up?
Inside the state capitol, full of lobbyists and the public attending rallies and receptions, lawmakers are now doing elbow bumps.
For a lot of people, it's a non-stressful way to acknowledge that there's a public health threat out there, and we don't want to inadvertently expose people to really any type of virus.
Chuck Eisenhart says hands down is a safer practice anytime.
But I would say that for the most part, we still feel safe here.
But putting hand sanitizer in the chambers isn't making everyone feel safe here. Senator Rob Hogue decided to stay home out of precaution against the spread of COVID-19. On Twitter, he is calling for Governor Reynolds and legislative leaders to act now, including a pause of the legislative session and public gatherings at the Capitol.
I just think it's irresponsible for us to keep operating like it's business as usual when we know that this is one of the things we can do. It's not the only thing we need to do, but it is one of the things we need to do to stop this pandemic from getting worse in Iowa.
At this point, Governor Kim Reynolds says she is not considering canceling large groups or shortening the session.
No, right now, I mean, we're just, but we'll monitor. It is a fluid situation, so that could change moving forward, but right now, we're not anticipating making any changes.
Cynthia Fodor, KC.
And that was Cynthia Fodor reporting. Senator Hogue says lawmakers need to lead by example. He says he's not planning to go back to the Capitol anytime soon. And we have just learned that Governor Reynolds plans to hold a news conference tomorrow afternoon to update Iowans. You can count on KCCI to bring that information to you.